and where he is. And so he's a bit more focused on just like, as you can see in the writing, it's just he just wants to get home to his bed, to his wife, and he doesn't leave much consideration for others, just mainly criticism.
What's happening? Okay, somebody else? Abby.
I agree, and I also found him very dismissive. Like he's not I agree with Taylor when she said that he's not very concerned for others. He's very in the moment now in his own life, and he doesn't really spare a thought for others or for the future, like what's going to happen later, what might his actions cause. Like it's bothering me and I needed to stop. It doesn't matter if he likes it.
Al.
I agree. I agree with both of them, and I also think the younger waiter, I feel like, is more concerned with more like tangible things than the older waiter is. I feel like he's much more concerned with like physical, like, you know, getting into bed, having like having money. Like, I know both of them mention money, but he talks about like, oh, he must be like super rich, like he has all this, like what and I think he's more concerned with like real physical things you can like actually like that are, you know, maybe less important than like emotions than the older waiter is.
Taylor.
Yeah, I really like that comment because, yeah, it doesn't seem like he's more interested with the tangible things. And also just, he's more interested with just the things that come to him easily, I guess, or what's just right there. He doesn't bother to look for like the deeper meaning or take that time to consider something else.
Okay, to what can we attribute his values or his attitude? Does that make sense? Like why is he that way? Is he just some random guy and everybody's different? Or is the author suggesting Jessica?
I think maybe like the author's suggesting that more like the younger generation kind of thinks like that, because you see that kind of reflected in how a lot of actions are kind of like pinned to like our generation. It's like, oh, you don't have the experience, so you don't care about what other people think. Or like how right now with the coronavirus, like the young kids are like partying in Miami while like they should be at home and everything. It's kind of like, I feel like it's that reflection.
Yeah, that's really a great comparison, right? Does the author, oh, Abby.
I want to say I agree, but I didn't really attribute it to like a specific that specific generation. I thought it was just being young in general was what gave the younger waiter that worldview. Like it seems to be like, yeah, just not specific generation, but just young people in all generations. When you're young, you don't really have like, there's like this, you're more focused in the now. Once older people have that more mentality of like looking back and thinking more abstractly on their life. That makes sense.
Right. Do you think the author or the speaker, let's go with the author, wants us to approve of or disapprove of the younger waiter? And what did Hemingway do to make you either approve or like, I mean, do you like him? Do you not like him? And what did the author do to make you feel that way?
I think I started out almost sympathizing with the younger waiter just because he was stuck out kind of late at night working. But then as soon as he was really rude to the older man who was sitting at the bar, you lose any sympathy you have for him.
Absolutely. Let's go there. Hang on. There's a line. Sorry. No, this one. No. Sorry, I'm gonna get better at this. Okay. Right here. See it? finished, he said, speaking with that omission of syntax stupid people employ when talking to drunken people or foreigners. You've seen this happen. You've been in a store somewhere and someone looks at like a person in the store who has an accent and says, I want pay, where I go. And you're like, oh my God, this is so bad, right? But this line right here is like a direct criticism from the author to us. You know, just a kind of a criticism. Are there any other things that you see that would lead you to think the author wants us to be critical of the younger waiter or his value system or his behavior? Sarah, if you put your hand up like by the camera, it's easier to see.
I just think when he says directly to the old man who's drinking, I wish you should have killed yourself last week, I think. Obviously that's not something you should say to a person, but he's basically mocking him since he's deaf and he can't hear him. So I think in that line, the author definitely wants us to be critical of the younger waiter.
Excellent. Anyone else? Reshma.
He also says, like, he's also, when he's really impatient, like talking to the older waiter, he says, he's lonely, I'm not lonely. And so it's just like, are you serious? Like, that's why you need to stay. And so that just makes him like look like a bad person. That's, I guess, what Hemingway wanted.